6 months postpartum, my fiancé admits he loves me less. How should I navigate life as a single mom after ending a 6-year relationship? As the title says, I'm 27F, 6 months postpartum with my beautiful son, my first and only. I've been with my fiancé, 26M, for 6 years, and I'm shattered. When I was pregnant, I started to notice my fiancé withdrawing from me emotionally and physically. For my birthday, 1 week before our son was born, he got me a Starbucks gift card, $25. That was the gift. For Mother's Day, he handed me a dead bouquet of flowers he left in the garage overnight without water, and a card that should have been made out to his own mother, not the mother of his child. We've had a dead bedroom since my pregnancy. I've communicated to him many times that I'd like for us to work on that. Of course, parents of newborns sometimes go through a roommate phase. I would communicate with him that I'm ready to get back to it. To no avail, he continues to lay in bed watching TikToks while I get our son down for bed. And that's that. Last night, I finally pushed for more direct communication around this feeling. Why is he no longer interested in intimacy? After he skirted around some excuses, he finally tells me, I think you love me more than I love you. He explained that there are levels to love and that maybe we just are on different levels. I asked, has it always been that way? To which he replies, I guess I just love you less now. To say I'm shattered is kind of an understatement. If we're being honest, I saw it coming. I could feel it. I've spent my pregnancy and the last 6 months being the sole provider, especially financially, for our child. I juggle our baby while working from home. I do it all while my fiancé is out of town for work most of the time. He says infidelity isn't a part of this, but who knows? Our relationship was never like this before our son. Even though it's not necessarily my fault, I feel like I already failed as a mother and wonder what my son will think as he gets older. My fiancé stated he's hopeful we work through this, but I said I'm sorry. I can't just make you love me more. What's been said can't be unsaid, you know? 6 months postpartum, and I'm about to be a single mom at 27. TLDR. Fiancé, 26M, fell out of love with me, 27F, now that we're parents. Relevant comments. Commenter. Why do you think you failed your son? You are an amazing mom who is engaged to a deadbeat father and a shitty partner. OOP. I think the heaviness is that I picked the wrong partner, now seeing how things played out. I never would have been engaged or had a child if I had known how he'd change with becoming a parent. Commenter. Pregnancy was planned? OOP. Unexpected. But he was all for it when we found out. Commenter. I feel like I already failed as a mother. The only way you would have failed as a mother in this case is if you didn't try to address the problem with the child's father. You aren't responsible for what other people do or say. You're only responsible for what you do, I say. Here's some questions you could ask him. How does he plan to work this out? I mean, I'm not even in your situation and I could name a few things off the top of my head. Spending more alone time together, have somebody babysit, by going on dates, be more involved in listening to you talk about life besides mother talk to a therapist, etc. If he did want to work things out, then how come he made no action/effort and remained passive until you brought it up? I mean, I can't say I want to be a professional sports player, and then expect any good results while not practicing. OOP. Hey, thanks for your reply. I do make an effort to plan a date night here and there. Thankfully, my mom gladly watches our son so we can do. But, it's not really quality time. He's always on his phone, taking calls for work, and his dad, whom he works with. I think he was fine with complacency. He lives with me rent-free. I'm financially supporting our son mostly by myself. I never expected this to be the dynamic, he just doesn't step up. He owns his own business but puts all the dollar back into it. Always complains about being broke, etc. He's basically getting a free ride, so I imagine he wouldn't want to bring it up. LOL. Commenter. Why are you letting him live rent-free? He needs to help you and your son financially. OOP. We live with my mom, who doesn't charge him, or us, rent. We live in a HC area and weren't living together when I initially became pregnant. Commenter. He works for his dad, lives rent-free with you covering all the bills, and yet he's 1, out of town for work and 2, always broke. This does not add up. Literally. Is his dad not paying him? OOP. So he owns the company and his dad works with him. They blow dollar on equipment for the biz, hotels for travel, etc. They blow dollar before it even hits their account honestly. Commenter. If your partner works out of town, then why are you the sole provider financially for your child? Does he do any hands-on parenting at all? Spend any time with the baby? Loving you less is a quite vague position. I could hypothesize a number of reasons why he may feel an emotional shift. Some people find that the arrival of a child causes them to view their partner as a mother and not an object of sexual desire. If he wants to work through it, couples counseling could assist. OOP, he supposedly puts all and any profit back into the business, but I know for a fact profits are low because he and his dad blow the money on equipment, etc. He's not that hands-on. I have to basically ask him to babysit so I can take a bath or shower. He just props our son in a baby chair and sits on his phone. It's pathetic. I'm not sure couples counseling would be good for me. I'm pretty checked out mentally and emotionally now that he told me he loves me less. If I'm honest, I don't think it can be repaired. Update. First, I want to thank everyone who commented on my original post. I mostly posted to vent and I'm really glad I did. Now for the update, I decided to rip the band-aid off and end things. Engagement has ended. Relationship is ended. All of it. After dinner, our son was taking a nap and I asked my fiancé, 26M, when he planned on moving out. Long story short, I had him pack a bag and stay elsewhere tonight. He will start packing his belongings tomorrow. I realize that I can't do this. I can't forgive being told he loves me less. That's not the example, or standard, I want to set for my child as he grows. Love isn't something you need to beg for, work for, or pretend. To make it worse, I asked my fiancé, 26M, if he felt this way when he got engaged last August, to which he said, yes, I've just been lying to myself. This man had a baby with me and knew, possibly beforehand, that his heart wasn't in it, but didn't have the guts to tell me. So here we are. 6 years down the drain. I'm not sure if the reality of a child hit him. If infidelity is involved on his part, or if he lost attraction to me in the process of being pregnant, could be all of the above, but I'll never know. And that's okay. I'm the primary provider for our son, and that won't change. Our son, 6 months, will remain living with me full-time, and my fiancé is welcome to visit. We will work out an agreement to ensure he fulfills his financial obligation to our child, and I'm not afraid to pursue the legal road if needed. I'm 6 months postpartum, this is my first. And wow, it's been hard, but now I'm officially doing it solo, and with the help of my mom. I'm doing the damn thing and I'm going to do my best. Wish me luck. Thank you, to everyone for the words of encouragement. Now to the next story, story 2. My sister slept with my fiancé, and I have no regrets about how I exposed their betrayal and moved on. Original post, Narrated. August 27, 2024. I'm a 30-year-old woman here. I have a sister who's just a year older than me. We've always had such a good relationship, so finding out about this one hurt. She might as well have just stabbed me in my heart. On top of that, I've been with my fiancé since high school and we've always been with each other through thick and thin. We were going to get married in a few months. I have no idea why on earth they did this to me. What's even worse was that our mom knew, and out of fear of getting involved, my sister apparently begged her not to say a word. She didn't tell me anything. Thankfully, my dad wasn't having it and he spilled the beans to me. I've never been so angry in my life. Not only did I kick my fiancé out and throw out his stuff, some of it in the trash, but I decided to hurt my sister in another way. Why not do the same for my fiancé? Simple, she's my sister. We've always had a good relationship until she decided to ruin it months before my big day, which I allowed her to be a bridesmaid in. You don't do that to anyone, let alone your sister. Your blood. My sister's big on gardening. So when she lost her dog, she made a garden for him. I knocked on her door, she didn't know that I knew, and of course I played nice. I moved on to what she did with my fiancé and I slightly damaged her garden. I honestly just crushed a couple flowers. Am I sorry? No. Her excuse sent me over the edge. It just happened isn't a reason. Sleeping with my fiancé just happened like that, I guess. I told her I didn't want her speaking to me anymore and that I also didn't want our mom to speak to me. My fiancé won't say a word since I threatened to call the police if he ever went near me again. Yeah, I made my sister cry and scream at me, but I genuinely feel like I should be the one crying. She knew how important getting married was to me and now I can't experience that. Pair that with the fact that I had to hear this from my dad, not my bum excuse of a sister or fiancé. Hell, even my own mother didn't say a word to me. It's like she lets my sister run her. Fuck you, Tia. Fuck you, Logan. If they ever see this, I'd be absolutely delighted. Edit. Since many people keep bringing this up, I'm upset that I lost the relationship I've always put 100% into. I was excited to get married, of course, but then this news came out. It really hurt me. I didn't want to believe it at first. I almost thought my dad was pulling my leg. Later turned out to be true. I swear I have trust issues now. Edit #2. Thanks again for all the suggestions, y'all. It's helping me feel more confident in exposing them. I'm just a bundle of nerves right now because I know shit's gonna hit the fan again. When I do so, I'll try my best to come with an update. I mean, it's the least y'all deserve, haha. Last edit. When I say I decided to hurt her, it's because I kinda ruined something so meaningful to her. I feel like for most people, besides on here, that would be a bit far. That's just how I feel though. I understand it's not what you guys wanted, lol. Clearly worked a bit though since she thought I was so damn psychotic for that. Like I said, I don't feel sorry about hurting her that way. Edited for the 1000th time because people still can't fucking read even when words are bolded. Forgive my terrible mood, I definitely plan on exposing them sometime today. Relevant comments. Commenter. Expose them to everyone and ruin them. OOP. I've actually debated on doing this after I got done dealing with my sister, but if anything, I can unblock her just to show her what other people in the world think about her trashy ass. Haha. Seriously though, I still can't believe she did me like this. Commenter. Expose them. They will try and spin it differently and make you look like the bad guy. Tell all his family, your extended family and mutual friends. Tell them that you have cut all contact with them and you wish not to be around them ever again. OOP. So far, his sister was the only one who reached out to me about this. She was in hysterics, asking me WTF happened. She fully supports me in this. Unsure about the rest of the family, but as of now, the only person I can even trust is my father. Probably her too. Commenter. This is horrible. When did this happen? I can't believe your mother. OP. I actually found out over the previous weekend. Under another comment, I wrote how my dad explained it to me. Supposedly my sister decided to tell my mom. She obviously asked her to keep her lips closed about it. My mom apparently told my dad over the weekend, not right away, and then he told me. The thing is, I have no idea when the hell they even had sex. That wasn't made known to me or my parents, it seems. My sister would have kept this secret for God knows how long until she finally decided to come clean to my mother. For all we know, they could have done it months ago. Maybe even several times. My fiancé denied even sleeping with her more than once, but I'm finding it hard to believe him. A small part of me keeps trying to justify my mom's actions, but I can't seem to understand. She clearly didn't care. OOP on everyone knowing about the wedding being cancelled via social media. OOP. Haha, I did make a post apologizing for cancelling the wedding, but I've turned off notifications because I kept getting a flood of messages asking what happened. So far, only his sister and my cousin know. I couldn't bear to even say anything else to other people. At the time, I felt so sick. These comments are giving me ideas though, and they're very tempting. Update 1, August 28, 2024. Editor's note. OOP made a typo on her update post title. Edit. I found out my sister slept with my fiancé. I'm so tired. I'm sorry, lol. Hey everyone, seems like my other post has been deleted. Thanks again for the comments and support. I found out quite a bit. To start off, I did expose her and my ex on my story. I unblocked them both to tag them. Shout out to one of the commenters who wrote down what I should say. I saved it and wrote it but added some other words of my own. My ex actually blocked me after he saw my story. I sent my Reddit post to my sister after. At the time, she didn't see, but I got a call from my ex's mom. She was furious about everything, but she asked me how I was holding up and if I've heard the news. My heart sank a little because I honestly couldn't bear to hear any more bad news. I asked her what she was talking about. She said, "So you haven't?" I said no and asked her to tell me. My sister's pregnant. Apparently, Logan told her in an attempt to make her chill out on my sister. I didn't want to hear any more, so I told her I needed to hang up the phone. Thankfully, she accepted because I literally burst into tears 2 seconds later. After 5 minutes of crying, my sister responded to my story and text with the Reddit post link. She was texting me in all caps begging me to take it down. If I wasn't so upset, I would have laughed a little, but I just sat there watching her blow up my phone. I got even angrier when she said, "I'm coming over and I'm telling mom that you're spreading my business online. Alright, you big baby." Still never responded though. I felt frozen. 30 minutes later, she's trying to break my door down, so I opened it in a fit of rage and I started screaming all kinds of shit at her. She kept screaming at me to take it down and I told her that's gonna stay up for as long as I want it to. She kept telling me she didn't deserve online hate, and she even tried telling me that she's always been there for me through everything and that she would have forgiven me if it was the other way around. That's when I punched her. A small part of me felt guilty. I'm not the fighting type and that was probably evident in my last post, haha. But she retaliated by saying, "It's not my fault Logan was tired of you," and that's when I told her that I hope she ends up like her dog and that she deserves every bit of hate she's getting for ruining my relationship. I even apologized for not ruining her entire garden and her stupid face at first. I know I'm wrong for saying this, but the entire time, she was playing the victim. She called me evil and told me to rot in hell. Kept saying I was punishing her over a mistake. I said, "You have no idea what you've put me through, and I know you would have done the same thing if you were the victim." She kept crying and insulting me because all she's ever done was support me through everything, and I had the nerve to punch her in the face and allow strangers to bash her on the internet. I told her she deserved it and I don't want her talking to me ever again, and if she comes near me I'm calling the police. She kept saying I was being extremely unfair and that she said she was sorry in her text, but I wasn't having it. I told her to tell Mom I'm not talking to her again either. She asked me if I was really going to cut her off like that, and I just wished her good luck with her unwanted child and told her to go home. That was the last time she walked off my porch. Anyway, I had to clean up my favorite vase, but it doesn't even matter. At least they're out of my life. However, it's weird how sad I feel now. It's for my own good, but damn, I'll never experience the bond we had again. On the bright side, it seems like I've dodged 2 bullets. Thanks again though everyone, maybe I do need therapy. The original post is now on my profile for those who want to see it. Also, fuck them both once again. Last edit to say that my dad called not too long ago asking me to take every post down because according to my mother, my bitch sister is bawling her eyes out over mean people on the internet. As if I'm taking anything down. My dad's pissed about her pregnancy, but my mom continues to defend her by saying we need to chill out on her a little bit. This is why I'm not talking to her. Thanks again though, everyone. I'm exhausted and I need to worry about other things. Last update, August 31st, 2024. I've officially decided to go LC with my dad today. Surprisingly, he wasn't that upset about it. However, he's still on the team take down the posts, and that's why I made my decision. My mom wants nothing to do with me because if I wasn't going to respect the family, there's no point in trying to get to you. Wow, it's almost like that's what I wanted. My cousin and my ex's sister have been supporting me. Apparently, my sister has had meltdown after meltdown because more people are slowly finding out about the affair not only in person but on the internet. She actually got into it with my cousin online, and according to my cousin, my sister keeps asking her to tell me to take down the post because she's sorry, and she felt pressured into doing what she did. Last I even heard about my ex was from his sister. She told me that they did speak, and although he's not ready for a child, he doesn't feel comfortable leaving my pregnant sister on her own. He also wants me to stop what I'm doing, but oh well, they're made for each other. Anyway, I've surprisingly been feeling a bit better thanks to my cousin and my new sister. As I like to call my ex's sister now, haha. I've actually gotten some good sleep. Still considering therapy too. A very tiny part of me feels pretty bad for exposing my sister and ex, and I'll always miss the relationship I've had with them. Even despite my last encounter with my sister, but they've hurt me and it's what they deserve. If they're not taking it well, that's their problem. Thanks everyone once again. Relevant comments, OOP on how other people are reacting to the affair. OOP, speaking of her friends, I actually have no idea what they think about this, but I can assume they found out, of course. My sister is not taking this well, so I'm assuming they're pestering her with questions too. I have said this, my cousin has said this, and my ex's sister has also said this. That she can't be upset for the truth being exposed. She doesn't see past her delusion. She's clearly more worried about her reputation than my feelings. I really don't know her anymore. Now to the next story, story 3. I got a haircut, my husband freaked out, and now I'm divorced. I, 29M, was running some errands today and spontaneously decided to get a haircut. My hair wasn't that long, only to my chin, but it's been bothering me for a while now. It's not a drastic difference, just a little shorter and a more conveniently masculine style. I didn't even think about telling my husband, 41M, before doing it. When I got home and he saw my new haircut, he immediately got pissed. I asked him if he liked it and he said he didn't. He asked what I'd been thinking about cutting off my hair without talking to him first. I honestly didn't think it'd be such a big deal because it's just hair and it'll grow back eventually. But when I told him that, he completely freaked out and said if I didn't care about it, I should just cut all of it off. I'm now locked in the bathroom until I shave my head. I'm honestly in a bit of a shock because I didn't expect this to escalate this way. I don't want to shave my head, but I also don't want to stay in the bathroom forever. Is it really such a big deal that I didn't talk to my husband beforehand? Update. I decided that it's not worth fighting over this, so I'm just going to shave it off. I kind of made it a bigger issue than it should have been anyway. I'm sorry for wasting your time. Also, I'm not a woman. Where's the line between controlling and abusive? July 26, 2024. My husband and I had a fight yesterday. It wasn't even anything serious, but it escalated a little. I got a haircut without talking to him about it first, and he got mad about it. I then made it worse by saying that it's not a big deal and just hair that will grow back, so he made me shave my head to prove his point. He's always been a little neurotic about things like plans and giving him a heads up before I do anything. He generally doesn't like it when I do things he hasn't approved first, like when I order something at a restaurant or when I make plans with people he doesn't know that well. But that's just how he is. I guess he's a micromanager and can be a little uptight about things, but I never took any of that as abusive. When I made a post on Reddit about our fight yesterday, a lot of comments said he's abusive. I don't think I'm being abused though. He never gets violent with me or forces me to do things I don't want to. But it got me thinking that maybe there are things I should look out for in case he ever changes. You were right, I left him. August 10, 2024. I just wanted to let you know that you were right. After what happened last month, things kept getting worse. Last night we had another fight that escalated, and after I was released from the hospital, I went straight to my sister's house. Tomorrow, she and her boyfriend are coming with me to collect some of my stuff. I'd like to think that I would have left him without your comments on my last post, but I'm honestly not completely sure if I wouldn't have just tried to find excuses for his behavior. So thank you for that.
Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and hit the notification bell to stay updated with more shocking real-life stories happening around you.